So, I'm going to take just 5 minutes to give you the big picture of who we are, who is the family, why we are here, why we are coming to Barcelona. So, but just before, who already knows the family here? Who know well the family here? Okay, so this needs an explanation. So the family is not another accelerator. The family is not another incubator. The family doesn't provide space. We want actually to collaborate with the existing organization. We are happy to work here today at MOB, for instance. So we want to work with other existing infrastructure. What we bring is totally different, and we see ourselves as a minority, a long-term and strategic shareholder, okay? Working directly with the startups. So what we bring to all the entrepreneurs that we work with, it's three main things. So one is education. As the purpose of today, for instance, he will try to give you some interesting tips, some interesting framework, way of thinking that can be useful during all your life as an entrepreneur, okay? And it's all come with education. Education is meetups, okay? Education is offline and online, and education also as a family, it's the moment that we share with the people we love, our startup. It can be, as you can see in this picture, very good dinners that we organize at the family. And this is also the reason why we won't have a big space here in Barcelona. We will have an apartamento. To do some good meetings, one-on-one, little teeny meetings, some dinners also with investors, journalists, and entrepreneurs. And the big moment of classes and meetup is going to be with our friends of the space, like MOB, for instance. So one, education is very important, having the mindset, being ambitious. Two, it's tools. I won't go into detail into this, but basically the 300,000 euros that you would have paid into servers, lawyers, accountants, you don't have to pay it with the family. And the third thing is capital. Of course, it's really important. It's when you need to raise funds, and it's what we are about to talk about tonight. So capital at the family, how do we do it? You will understand with Usama that you need really to be prepared when you raise funds, and you need to be in this well-positioned, in this well-balanced position towards investors. Okay, it's like you need to be with a lot of good things on your side, a lot of good figures, a lot of traction, good things to show, so that you won't be beaten like a poor animal by a tiger. So what we do is that when our startups are ready, when our startups have traction, when they have good data, we introduce them to our syndicate of godfathers. Godfathers are the families, they are the investors, they have the money, and we rebalance the power between them and the startup. This means that when a startup that we trust and that we love is ready to raise funds, we push the file of the startup in front of the eyes of the entrepreneur, of the investor, sorry. And we give them 15 days only, and nothing more, to put the money in the startup, okay? Because one of the big pain when you raise funds is the time that you lose by meeting other people who tell you, yeah, come back when you have this or that within a month. And you know that this will kill you. Okay, so why? Because the most important thing is why we do the family, why we are all involved in this adventure, which is the family. So the reason why we do what we do is because in France, at the beginning when we start, but also in Spain, I guess, and that's what we're going to see, we are surrounded by a bad environment when it comes to be a bit loco. Quiero decir, cuando tú eres un emprendedor, ¿sí? Tú estás un poquito loco. That means that nobody can believe in you. Nobody can trust you because you are actually innovating, okay? And if you are surrounded by people who first tell you you will fail, who tell you no, it's not possible, or who will tell you, who told you to come to me? because you need to be introduced. You know, I was looking for an apartment here, for instance, in Barcelona, and I was calling all the agencies, and the number of the agency, I was finding it online. And when I called the girl, she said, pero ¿quién te ha ¿quién te ha recomendado? Pero tu número era en la web. Sí, pero también. Sí, este tipo de mentalidad. Eso es totalmente tóxico, ¿ok? Y what you need to be really encouraged when you build a startup is to have all these things. So one is a good culture towards ambition, risk, and failure, okay? It's not the end of your life if you fail. Actually, it's one more experience. But it's easy to say, but when all the people around you believe the other way, it's not easy, actually. A second thing is, you need money, you need venture capital money around you, people who are able to bet on you, okay? And just to tell you and to give you a story of this when I started in Paris, I did an accelerator program, 2008. I did exactly what Y Combinator did. I take good entrepreneurs, during 6 months they have a program, they have mentors, and at the end of this good program, they meet with investors. All the investors from France, they were here in the same room, and my startup, they were pitching on stage, and they have good products, they have great ambition, they have data, they have traction. But at the end of the event, who invests in the startup? Nobody. Nobody, why? Because it's not in our Latin culture, okay, this kind of behavior to say, yeah, I'm gonna put money on this. I want to, even if nobody believes in it, I want to put money in this. In France, investor, it's more like, who bets? Nobody? Okay, so I won't go. Okay, so this is the big problem. This is one of the biggest barriers in to make a good environment toward entrepreneurship. And I'm not talking about the legal infrastructure because it would be too long, but you don't have even to go up to talk about the legal infrastructure. You just have to talk about the fact that it's too long to open a bank account. You have too much administrative paper to fill in when you want to start a company to understand that the environment is not made for entrepreneurship. And last but not least, I want to tell you, I know that here the government puts the double money when you have investment and that it says that it's easy to have, but I'm telling you this might be an opportunity for you, but this will never be a strategy. Never. You don't have to count on this. Otherwise, you're dead. You're killed, because if you wait for the government to give you the money, you can wait a long time. So, finally, once you've seen that all of these characteristics, all of these patterns are the same patterns that we have in France and in Spain, basically, so we thought about, at the family, with Usama, with Nicolas, who is not here, and with now the big team, how can we change the world? How can we reverse this problematic? How can we tackle every single problem of this environment and change it? And now, so today, the family is, in terms of KPIs, if I have to play the role of the pitcher, is 300 startups, 40 champions. When I talk about champions, it's a startup who already has a growth rate of 20% per month. Okay, we raised 100 million for our startup through our syndicate of Godfathers, and it's 2,000 students who are already using our online product. Just for you to understand, the business model of the family. We don't take any government money. We did it from scratch with private investors. We take between 3 to 7% in every startup that we accompany. They don't have to pay anything else, right? But this is not a revenue model, because this is a long-term vision. We don't take cash with this. What makes cash at the end of the day is the people that pay for the classes, who are not entrepreneurs, who are people thinking of becoming entrepreneurs. But all the classes, they are actually free for all startups. All right, so maybe you know already Algolia, maybe you heard about AfroStream. I invite you to discover the very cool entrepreneurs that are working with us at the family. They are online on the website. So Just to give you some overview of the culture, if we work together, if you want to join more and more meetup, and if you want to get in touch with us, these are the rules that we apply at the family, and these are the rules that we want our entrepreneurs to apply also. So let's go through it. So one, we need to scale education. Scale education, it means that we really want the people to have this mindset, okay, to think like a kind of schizophrenic, like yes or no, right or wrong, black or white, binary. Even if you're not a hacker, 0 or 1, you have to be in this mindset, okay? You know, we've all been to the school, we've all been writing filosofia redacciones, ¿cómo se llama? ¿Sí? And the teacher, he told us to do thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. He told us to have a holistic vision, okay? This is not entrepreneurial at all. And that's why in the Anglo-Saxon way, you know, they tell you to say thesis only, defend your arguments. And this is the infrastructure of our mindset that makes it really difficult to be focused on one thing and not have, you know, when you're an entrepreneur, you don't have to say, maybe yes, maybe no, I will try, I don't know. This is good when you are maybe a researcher or I don't know what, when you are in science. That's why we create pure artists, very good engineers. But why not very good entrepreneurs? Maybe because we don't have this down-to-earth way of doing things. Yes or no, right or wrong, making choice. Okay? So I want the people we work with to actually change this kind of mindset because we were not educated with this mindset, grab it and make it scale in their team so that in their team they think the same way. Second thing, kill elitism, welcome diversity. This is very important. An entrepreneur can come from anywhere. The best entrepreneur we have in the family do not come from the best, I don't know what school. Okay? So we are in hierarchic countries, in hierarchic culture, in very elitist culture. Fuck it. Okay? We need to really trust the people wherever they come from. And this is where innovation comes from. This is what we apply at the family. This is what we ask our startup to apply also. Make it cool, make it fun, because being an entrepreneur is actually nor cool nor fun. It's really a sacrifice. It's something that you do every day with a big fear. Will I be able to prove the world that I'm right? It's really anxious. It makes you feel anxious. Okay, it's a sacrifice because you have no life, no wife, no kids, no nothing, no time to do sport, or don't count on this. So at least make it cool. And make your, you know, everybody wonder why the startup space, they always have some cool sentence on the wall, why it looks cool, why there are a lot of colors. It's because actually you have no choice. Your life is your work. So make your work look cool as your life. See what I mean? Okay, so this you already know. Do not take it as a strategy to go for government money. Choose your partner, of course. It's really important. May it be your partner from your team or the partner of the people that you will work with. And this Usama will explain actually during his talk on who are the investors you must go for. And actually, it's not only about grabbing the money and running. It's the people who will have a power because they will be with you in your company. So you'd better choose them well because otherwise it can kill it all. Be radical. So I was talking about this binary vision, 0, 1, etc. Make choices. And making choices is also something very complicated. For instance, if I go on your website and you tell me I'm focusing on the Spanish market only, but I see that you also have an English website, whereas you focus on the Spanish market only. Then I will tell you, but why do you have also the translation in English if you only focus on the Spanish market? Yeah, but it costs nothing to do the translation in English. Yeah, but this is a defocus. It means that all the things that you do mean something, and all the things that you don't do mean also something. Okay? Being radical is really important, and this all the way. Anyway, okay. Pay it forward. Be in the mindset of sharing. Be in the mindset of giving, even if you don't know how it will pay after. This will help. This will help all of the community. This will help to level up. And culture first. This is something really important at the family. We understood that actually, you know, what we can make out of our ecosystem, which are toxic, okay, it's not easy to start in Paris. It's not easy to start in Barcelona with ambition. But if you survive, you're awesome. If you survive, you're stronger than the other, okay? And what we have to show is unique. What we have to show, I can tell you, when you can see, I'm sure, when you go anywhere around the world, the precious of having a strong culture that you cannot find anywhere else, and even less in Silicon Valley. And finally, build international bonds. This is the most important. When you're a startup, you want to go big, you want to grow fast, you want to have the right people in the right place. That's what we do as a family. We have one of our the latest guy that we recruited in the family, one of the partners. His name is Tyler Willis, and he's the growth hacker of Branch Out, yeah. And he's based in Silicon Valley. There is a football game tonight, yeah. And basically he's based in Silicon Valley, and he is the guy that can connect our startup with the real good growth hackers there, and it's really important. Otherwise we couldn't pretend that we are international if we don't create this kind of bonds. All right, if you want to know everything about what happens, what we do, we are here every week, okay? Either me, either Usama, either other partners. We provide free office hours. So you come, we talk, we focus on your business during 45 minutes for free. You just send me an email, or you subscribe to the newsletter for Barcelona. It's bit.ly/Barcelona TF meaning the family. Huh? Simple. All right. Bon, I did it. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Usama.